Hi, I'm Diane and welcome to GLP-1 Chronicles. If you're new here, welcome. I'm in my late 50s and I'm postmenopausal. I've been on a GLP-1 medication for over 2 years and I've lost 100 pounds. So I have to admit something. I screwed up. I made a mistake, but I quickly corrected it and hopefully it won't have long-term effects. I had originally planned for this video to be a what I eat in a day. I had made my breakfast and a lunch, had planned out a dinner, and I had actually started to film that. Unfortunately, life got in the way. So on Thursday, I had this entire plan all worked out, and around 7:30 in the morning, I got a call from my husband. I was already at work, and I usually leave before he does. And he was still home getting ready to leave, and he said, there's something going on with our 15-year-old beagle named Maddie. So I was like, what's happening? He said she's lethargic, she seems disoriented, and there's something weird going on with her eyes. He sent me a picture, and it was sort of, if I could, I'm not sure I can explain it, but it was that her eyes had kind of rolled partially up into her head, but not completely. It was just really weird. So we decided that we would call the vet as soon as they opened at 9 o'clock. So I decided to come home because the vet's office was closer to our house than it was my office. So I came home to check on her, and the poor thing was just laying there like a lump. And I felt so bad. I didn't know what had happened. The night before, she had been fine. We had given her some pizza crust because we had pizza for dinner, and she was happy and dancing. When you know beagles, if you know beagles, you know beagles love food. So 9 o'clock, I call the vet's office. They say, bring her right in, get her checked out. Thankfully, it's nothing serious. She's fine. They sent me home with basically a pharmacy of medications for her eyes and pain meds and all of this stuff. But within 24 hours, she's been doing great. So that's the good part. The mistake or the screw up on my part, I got her home, and because she was on pain meds, she was sleeping. So I decided to take the opportunity to do a bunch of errands that had piled up. And normally on Thursdays, which is the day this happened, it's my grocery shopping day. So I figured, okay, I'll go do the grocery shopping. I'll run all the errands. I'll go to the post office, all of the things. And so I'm running around doing all this stuff. And by the time I finish it all, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I haven't eaten anything because I was so worried about her. And so I made a decision to hit a drive-through. Now, ultimately, I know it's not the worst thing in the world, but it wasn't the best choice either. I pretty much tried to avoid drive-through and fast food and all of that stuff while I've been on this weight loss journey. And I was just, I had done the grocery, I don't know what it is about grocery shopping, but you go, you buy all the stuff, you bring it home, you put it away, and the last thing you want to do is cook. The last thing I want to do is cook. Well, I don't like to cook anyway, but the last thing I wanted to do after the day I had was cook or even try to figure out what to make. So I hit the drive-through, ordered the food, brought it home, ate it. And I even had some ice cream too. It was a day. It was a day. Did I order the best choice on the menu? No, but I didn't order the worst choice either. Nevertheless, I still ordered too much. But this time I did something different than I used to do. I use an app called My Net Diary to track all of my food, the calories and the macros. And normally what I would have done 2+ years ago was pretend it didn't happen. would have beaten myself up, pretended I didn't do it. But this time I tracked it, every last calorie. But I made a decision to, okay, I did this. I made the wrong choice, but I'm not going to run away from it. So I tracked everything I ate, and I decided not to beat myself up about it, which I would have done in the past. I would have been ashamed, embarrassed, and I probably would have spiraled. One bad meal would have turned into two, would have turned into an entire day, would have turned into an entire week, month, and it would just go on and on and on. But I made a decision on Thursday. I made the decision that I was not going to spiral. I was going to give myself grace. I thought to myself, I had a bad day. I was so worried about Maddie, and I was so stressed out from all the things going on. I made a bad choice, but it's not going to be what causes me to spiral and fall off the wagon. I wasn't going to let that one day screw up the hard work I've put in for these 2+ years to lose over 110 pounds. That wasn't going to happen this time. So Friday morning, I went to work. I ate the breakfast and the lunch that I had prepared for Thursday and had left at the refrigerator at work, and I got back on track. And it was a good thing too, because I felt like crap on Thursday night and Friday, and I'm pretty sure it was because of the food I ate. So I was determined to get back on track because I didn't want to feel like that all the time. I can't believe I actually allowed myself to eat that food that made me feel so terrible all the time. Ultimately, I'm proud of myself for not spiraling. And the funny thing is, even though I ate so poorly on Thursday, I didn't hit my calorie goals, but I did hit my protein goals for the day. So I guess there is some sort of silver lining to that. But the best news of all is Maddie is doing so much better. She's even acting more normally. When it's time to eat, she gives me a hearty woo-woo, kind of like this. Woo-woo! What do you want? Woo-woo! Come on, do a good one. You were just doing good ones. I turned the video on and you said, that's a good one. So I am still planning on doing a what I eat in a day video and a grocery haul, hopefully this coming week, unless, life gets in the way again. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up and possibly consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care. Give me one more. Woo-woo! Woo-woo! Give me a woo. Come on, woo. One good woo. Woo-woo! Come on, Maddie. Oh, you're such a stinker. But you're so cute.